Welcome to the Friday Night Campfire Stories. My name is Rob and I will be your host for this evening. So, every single week here on my channel, we try to keep our weeks as creepy as possible. We do that 3 different ways. Every Wednesday, we do an episode of Far From Fiction, which is my true crime series. Every Friday, we do an episode of the Friday Night Campfire Stories, the namesake of the channel, which is where I share one chapter from one of my stories with you guys. And then every Monday, which is today, we do an episode of Echoes of the Past, which is where we usually look into the history of one of the world's most haunted locations. However, this week I want to try something a little bit different, something a little bit more relaxed, something I think you guys would enjoy. Now, last week's episode, we did our deep dive on the Nicholson Rand House in Indiana, which captured one of the most compelling ghost photos that has ever been captured. So I thought, hey, it might be fun if we look at a bunch of ghost photos today. So we're going to be looking at 12 ghost photos, the most compelling captures of all time. And we're going to be going ahead and give my opinion on them. I also want to hear your guys' opinion as well, as I am no debunking expert, nor am I really trying to debunk it per se. I mean, yes, I'm going to give my opinion on it. I think what's going to make this video very unique is, like, I'm different than a lot of other people that do this on YouTube, where they look at this, they're either accepting it at face value, saying, oh yes, that's a ghost, or you have others that are 100% trying to debunk it. For me, I'm kind of in the middle. I'm not going to go the extra mile trying to debunk something, but I'm also not going to just kind of accept it at face value, and I'm going to be trying to come up with reasonings for why that this photo looks the way it does. So, without further ado, let's get into the video now. Welcome to Echoes of the Past. So, for today, we are going to be using a site called PocketLint. The link is going to be down in the description below. If you guys have any interest in checking out the website, I would recommend it, because we're covering 12 of the photos that are on here, but there are a lot more if you have any interest in that. So let's get into it. The first one we have here is Catherine Howard from the 1800s. This image purports to show Catherine Howard, the 5th wife of King Henry VIII, who was executed for adultery in 1542. She is said to haunt the Horn Room at the Hampton Court Palace. Naturally, these sorts of images are usually spoofed through double exposure. Now, double exposure is probably going to be something that we're going to be talking about quite a bit today. So double exposure is, for anybody that doesn't know, and I honestly am probably not the person that needs to be telling you, because I don't know 100%, but from my understanding is that it's on the old cameras that use a roll of film that you have to refill with new film. You would just put that same film that's already been used in once again. You do it twice, and then it creates a photo of both what you took before and the new photo that you're taking now. Again, probably not the best explanation of it, but that's the best that I could gather from it. But yeah, so I think this is a good explanation, because this, to me, is quite clearly not really some ghost. One is this banister. You can imagine, I mean, obviously we don't have exact dimensions, but this looks like a short banister, maybe 3 feet tall, maybe. So maybe that's a total of like 4 feet tall, 4.5, and so we're looking at somebody that's pretty short, which, I mean, it isn't obviously an impossible feat, especially for that time, but I've never really seen a ghost look like this. To me, it looks like it's another photo that got captured on here on top of another photo, which is what double exposure is. So that, to me, is what that is. I could be wrong, and of course, for all of these, I want to know your guys' opinion down in the comment section below, so let me know what you guys think about this photo. The next one we have is the Ghost Pilot from 1987. In 1987, Mrs. Sayer was visiting an airfield in England with her friend. She thought it would be fun to take a photo of her sitting in the cockpit. When the image was developed, there was a man sitting in the pilot seat who hadn't been there when the photo was taken. A long-lost pilot? No one is sure. So, quite obviously, over here is who we're looking at. again, I don't want to be the guy to kind of jump into it and be like, oh, this is not real. But to me, it looks very clearly like it's a reflection, or maybe there was somebody sitting there, and the lady, she doesn't look like she would lie about this, so I don't think that she is. It's possible she had just forgotten that there was somebody there, or like I said, more than likely, I think it's a reflection of somebody. It looks like he kind of has his arms crossed. I think a lot of people think that this is his arms going up to the controller. I'm not sure what you call that, but to me, it looks more like he has his arms crossed, and it's more than likely somebody looking into the helicopter. Next is the Boot Hill Ghost from 1996. Only Ike Canton's friend was seen when this photo was taken. The mysterious man wearing a hat behind him wasn't. Canton later looked more closely at the photo and decided the figure was in fact holding a knife. Now, I've went and looked at this photo a little bit more. I don't really see where they get that there's a knife there. Now, if you have the actual photo, maybe it is a little bit more clear. To me, and if you didn't know, we're talking about this guy back here, apparently. To me, it's one of two things, and I don't think either of them are a ghost. I think one is either they're about to get robbed, especially if they think that there was a man with a knife and maybe he backed out at the last second, or two, I think it's a hoax. The reason why I think it's a hoax more than a robber is, one, it looks like they're in the middle of nowhere. Maybe not. There could be like over here, maybe some houses or whatever, so maybe it looks deserted, but it's not. The main reason I think it's a hoax, though, is because this guy's not really in the middle of the picture. He's off to the side, leaving a lot of room over here for what would be the reason other than somebody that they could say was a ghost. Next, we have the Goddard Squadron, Freddie Jackson, 1919. This image was taken by Sir Victor Goddard of his squadron in 1919. The ghostly image behind the fourth sailor from the left at the top is believed to be Freddie Jackson. Jackson died a few days before the photo was taken by walking into a moving propeller. I didn't need to know that. But, so looking at this photo for quite some time, I'm trying to find a reason that this face would be happening. I've seen it before, like a motion blur where like you move quickly and like while the photo is being taken, and it looks like there's like something coming out of you, but it's not. But the thing is, it doesn't match up. And I looked up this guy next to him thinking maybe he was like this guy was over here and he moved like as the photo was being taken, but he has a mustache, his hat's all the way down exposing no forehead, so that's not possible. This, to me, I think is the first one we've seen that I have no explanation for. If you guys have one, let me know in the comment section below. I personally think that this might actually be legit. Also, another thing is it's an army photo, so like why would they like go out of their way and be like, oh, let's hoax a ghost photo? I think they have much more important things to do than hoax a ghost photo. I don't think it's double exposure. Looking around, like I don't see anything else that would say like, oh, there's another thing in that photo. So I personally think that yes, this is legit, and that's really crazy, and especially with this story, if it is 100% true. I think Freddie wanted to be in that photo. He was going to make sure he was going to be in that picture. The next one we have is the Amityville. I've never been able to say. I'm bad with words a lot of time. Some of you guys have noticed that. Amityville ghost in 1976. Very famous photo. The photo taken by Ed and Lorraine Warren, who are very well known in the paranormal community. Claims to show the ghost of 9-year-old John Defoe. Defoe, along with his other brothers, 2 sisters, and parents, were killed by his older brother Ronald at their house. Ed and Lorraine Warren were paranormal experts who entered the house and captured this image using a camera that consistently took infrared photos during the night. Knowing what I know about the paranormal and a lot of these older hauntings, this is not a legit photo. This actually has been proven to be a hoax. That's not a little boy. It's actually Ed and Lorraine Warren's assistant. I think his name's Paul. Could be wrong about that, but it's actually a adult who is kneeling down, and the reason why his eyes are glowing is because the infrared's flashing off of his glasses. But yes, this has been proven to be a hoax, so nothing else to really say about that one. Next one we have is Grandpa's Ghost in August of 1997. Somehow this lady's husband managed to appear in the photo despite passing away 7 years before. Denise Russell took the photo of her grandma, who lived alone at the time, on the 17th of August 1997. Let's see. Even though this photo has been developed, copied, and given to other family members, nobody noticed the male figure standing over her until Christmas Day 2000. The Russell family says it's a splitting image of their grandpa who died in 1984. Oh god. I see what they mean, like they didn't notice it. I didn't notice it. It took me a minute to what do you mean? Where's the ghost? I don't know why that's terrifying, honestly. So I mean, they say it's a spitting image of their grandpa. That's very compelling, isn't it? Alright guys, the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm realizing I don't think she meant to do this, and I don't think this is a hoax. I think it's something that happened by accident. Hopefully somebody has told her at this point. This is a double exposure photo. The reason you can tell is because notice that he's here, very compelling. He's clear as day standing there. But the thing that's making me realize this is double exposure is actually over here. There's very obviously somebody here that I'm assuming was also in the original photo that was taken. That this photo of the grandma was taken on top of. So it's probably just an old camera. Maybe her grandma let her have it and she didn't know how to work it, and when she took the photo, it took the photo on top of the other one of her grandpa and apparently other people. There's also another one over here. It looks like another figure is standing here and another one kind of over here. So I'm thinking this photo had multiple people in it and just this got taken over top of it. But yes, this to me very clearly is double exposure, unfortunately. And again, I don't think it's a hoax. I don't think that they did that intentionally. I think it just kind of happened. Next, we have the Pauling Fire Department 1988. The white figure in this photo is believed to be some sort of angel overlooking Rose Benevuto, who was involved in the car crash. She said it could have only taken a miracle for her to survive the crash, and lo and behold, there's an angel-like figure attending firefighter in Sharon Boo's photo. So, first of all, before we get to this, what is this? How did they survive this? That's crazy that they survived that. Yeah, I don't know. Did they see they were about to crash and they hit the seat recliner and dove back like some James Bond stuff or something? That's very crazy that they lived. And definitely somebody was looking over them. I will say it's not this. You notice the light. This whole entire figure is being casted by the headlights. I doubt that the headlights are still on. I think the flash from the camera is picking up the reflection from the headlights and causing this to look like a figure. Like I said, no doubt there definitely was somebody looking out over them that night, but it's not this photo. Alright, next we have the Newby Church from 1963. Some analysts think this photo taken at the Newby Church in Yorkshire, England is fake because the character looks to be posing too much. However, Reverend K.F. Lord insists nothing was visible to the naked eye when he took the photo. The photo experts say it has not been double exposure. That's big because that's what I would assume it is, but given that photo experts who have a lot more knowledge than I do say this has not been double exposure, I don't know what else this could be. Also, that looks like Voldemort. Just throwing it out there. Cloak and everything. If that's not a double exposure, I would have to say that that's probably legit. Photoshop wasn't around because it's 1963. you can see right through it. They say it's posing too much. I don't know what they mean posing too much. It's just, I mean, you can see its cloak like hanging down. I don't know, that if that's not double exposure, I don't know what else that could be. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Maybe you have a more better understanding of what they mean, like it's posing too much. To me, I'm going to mark that up as being legit, and like I said earlier, that is very compelling if it is. Next, we have Toys R Us 1978. The Toys R Us in Sunnyvale, California is allegedly haunted by a ghost of Johnny Johnson, and the image shows a silhouette leaning up against the shelves. The same figure wasn't there when the photo was taken. Never is it? The story goes that Johnny had a thing for a girl named Elizabeth, the daughter of a plantation owner. The plantation used to be on the site of the Toys R Us. Johnny bled to death after cutting himself chopping wood, and now roams the aisles of the store searching for her. That's a sad story, isn't it? This is... first of all, it's hard to tell like what's really going on in this photo. Like, are they just sitting on the floor of the Toys R Us? This is the figure they're talking about, obviously. The legs are what's throwing me off, because I mean, that's not a human leg. And then this is a... I mean, they're probably bending, but the part that's throwing me off is this leg. Also, like, it just... what's going on up here is also just, like, really strange to me. It looks like a human. Part of me believes, because it's a Toys R Us, could it be something to do with Jeffrey the giraffe, who's the mascot for Toys R Us? Because that, to me... these legs look to me like it's giraffe legs, you know, how they kind of bend awkwardly. That's kind of what it gives off to me, but also it has 4 legs, doesn't it? So, unless if Jeffrey the giraffe is just standing, but also that looks more humanoid to me. I don't know what to chalk this up to. It's kind of just hard to tell what's going on in the photo to begin with. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I have no clue. Next, we have Lord Combermere. In 1891, the image was taken in the Library of Combermere Abbey in Cheshire, England by Cybele Corbett. Clearly shows a figure sitting in a chair on the left. It's believed to be the ghost of Lord Combermere, a British cavalry commander in the 1800s. So this one, instantly I'm saying, is 100% double exposure. I don't know if... again, I don't know if it was a hoax. It could have just been... to me, it honestly looks like maybe half of the photo got jammed in there and this photo got taken on top of it. It's clearly 2 different photos, because, like, look at these plants. Like, where are these plants coming from? Because they're not anywhere else in the room. This thing here is kind of weird. It looks like it's supposed to be something... it doesn't look like it's supposed to be there. Maybe it is, but I don't know. It just... quite clearly looks like this photo was kind of like with the guy and with the plants and everything. It looks like it was taken outside, or at least in another room, and then this photo of the whole room was taken, and causing this to look like a ghost. But in reality, I think it's 100% just 2 photos taken on top of each other. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below. Next, we have the Brown Lady. This is one of the best cases of ghosts captured on camera. I've seen this before. I don't have an explanation for it, other than I think it's legit. I think it's exactly what you look for in a ghost photo. It's a figure standing there, not fully figured. You can see straight through it. It's not a reflection, because I don't know like what it would be reflecting off of. I don't think that there's... if it's sunlight, I don't think the top half would be there, because the stairs stop right here. So I think the top half would either just be up top and there would be no head shape. I personally believe this to be 100% legit. Again, not an expert. If you guys have a better explanation, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. The last one we are going to talk about is the Waverly Hills Sanatorium. I added this one, 2 reasons. 1, this is pretty compelling as well to me, and then 2, this is one of my favorite places that I've seen videos on. Really think I should do an echoes of the past episode on it. If this gets 10 likes, we'll do an episode next week for this Waverly Hills Sanatorium. But yes, a lot of haunted history going on here. This is supposedly the photo of Mary Lee, who was a nurse who was impregnated by a doctor, and the doctor, after she was pregnant, wanted nothing to do with her, so she ended up killing herself in this hospital. To me, this is very compelling. You can see through them. You can see through, like right here. You can see the boards. The same spot appears twice. It is 2006, so I mean, there is editing software that you can use, so it's possible that maybe this is one of the earlier on edited photos of ghosts, but I don't know if that is the case or not. And given how much haunted history and how much paranormal activity happened in the Waverly Hills Sanatorium, I would venture to say that this is legit. But again, let me know your opinion down in the comments section below. So that is going to do it for today. I hope that you guys did enjoy. If you did, please click that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are now in March, so I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of March. For all the new people here, thank you guys so much for tuning in, hitting that subscribe button. You guys have meant a whole lot to me over the past few weeks. But yes, so my new book, A Perfect Journey Through Villainous Eyes, is available right now on Amazon. It came out last Saturday, so be sure to pick yourself up a copy. If you're an avid reader, if you're a fan of thriller, horror, then it's definitely the book for you guys. Like I said, we have the paperback edition on Amazon as well as the e-reader edition, and if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's absolutely free. Please check it out. It would mean the world to me. But that will do it for today. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and as always, thank you for spending a little bit of your evening here with me.